Ow. Ooh. Yeah, maybe we won't do that again. Hey everyone, how's it going? I've been out shopping for accessories recently and I've bought a few items that I thought might be useful to share my experiences with. Take a look at this. I'm going to go through and explain my thoughts behind why I bought each item and what I think about it having used it. So I hope you enjoy this. Let's get on with it. Alright, so the first item I've got to show is this. This is the Rotolight Creative Colour Kit. And it's actually a portable light that you put on top of your camera for when you're doing video or photo work. Works really well for macro stuff and it's pretty sweet. It comes in this pretty handy little bag, and inside here we've got the actual light itself, and it just sits on top of your camera with the hot shoe adapter. Came through with the ball head, so you can mount it on your camera and angle it at any direction that you want. And it's just a one button to turn on. You just press it up here and there it is. You've got a pretty powerful light. Works really well in the dark. You can stop it down if you think it's too bright. You can just put a few diffusers in there, and it also comes with a set of gels so you can colour your light. The actual light itself fits rather nicely. If we take this bit off, fits rather nicely with a microphone through here. So if you've got a microphone on your camera, you can just put the light on over that. I actually use the Rode VideoMic Pro, so this fits perfectly on here and it doesn't feel like it's going to slip off or anything like that. You can turn it on and then film and still get decent audio through here. And if we open up the back, you can just turn that off there and you'll see it comes with a few different gels, all sorts of different colours, and we can just apply each of those into the light itself and you can colour your light and be creative with it. And you'll see that it's powered with just 3 AA batteries. I'm looking forward to going and playing with it and seeing what I can make with it. It just slots in the bag. Next up, I have the techlink Recharge. Now this is a battery pack for powering your portable devices on the go. So this powers my iPhone or my iPad or even my GoPro or anything that's USB powered really. I was deciding whether to get either this or the Mophie, I think it's called the Power Station XL, both of which can hold the same amount of charge. They actually rate it for, I think it says up to 5 charges. I've actually done my phone around 4 or 5 times from the 10-15% mark, and it's worked really well. It doesn't seem to be any slower really than most power outlets, so I'm pretty pleased with it. Now one of the reasons I went for this rather than the Mophie Power Station is because it comes with a case. Now okay, it's not anything special or fancy, but it's quite nice to know that it's protected in your bag. If we open it up, this is the battery itself, and it's got a pretty decent weight to it, to be honest. And you can see there we've got 2 USB ports so you can power 2 devices at once, and then quite handily the cable that you need for your phone or iPad just wraps around here, and it's just always accessible and you can keep it nice and tidy when you're not using it. A nice feature as well with this is you've got this flip up area here, and you can just put your phone into there and it will just stand it up. So if you've got it plugged in, you're watching movies and videos or YouTube videos like these maybe, then you can keep it powered whilst you're watching it on the go. It's nice and yeah, so it's a good use of the space. You just press it here and it will say how many charges you've got in there. So we've got a full battery at the moment. Alright, my next purchase is the Manfrotto Pixie. Now again, I picked this up from Calumet and it kind of caught my eye really, and I've been looking at them for quite a while, but it was only when I saw it in the store that I actually thought, you know what, I'm going to buy one of these because they look damn good. And they are, you know, they actually are. So this handy little device is really well made. It's a nice little handheld camera mount, but it also doubles as a tripod. And it's got a built-in ball head, so you can just angle everything around with the press of this little button here. And it's really quite handy. As soon as I got it out of the packaging and I held it, I thought this is a really well made product. And I can use it in almost like a selfie mode, where I can point it towards me, camera on top, hold it like that, and it actually gives you a great perspective when you're doing things like your vlogging and everything, you know, that needs to be out in front of you. It's nice and compact, it's got a good weight to it, it feels really solid, and your camera just screws in on the bottom just like this, and then I can have it pointing like this. It's quite good. Or you can set this up like that. And you got a tripod to go anywhere you are. One of the best things about this though is the fact that it's under £20. It's a good buy. The next item I bought is something that I saw in the store and picked up and said, I'm going to buy this immediately. The iPhone Lightning Dock. Now for some reason, when the iPhone 6 came out, Apple didn't release a dock with it. And that really annoyed me. All of my previous iPhones, I had docks for them. The iPhone 6, it's just laying around on my desk. That's no place for a phone, I want it stood up. They finally released the dock. I happened to notice it was in the store, purchased it, and yeah, they're great. It's just like all the other docks. I mean, they're expensive, which is kind of a downside, but to be honest, I like having my phone presented nicely and scratch-free when it's on my desk. I don't really want it lying around, and I like to keep things tidy, as you probably already know. So this is the iPhone dock, and it just sits on your desk, and it's pretty good. It even works with an iPad. I've got an iPad mini. I've not actually tried it with the iPad Air, but I imagine it would work just the same. This little connector is pretty strong, and seems to hold it upright quite well. So this next one's kind of a small thing really. I bought these little pouches from Muji. I got a couple of them with the intention of using it to store my camera or small accessories and anything that kind of needs a bit of protection but not really that bulky or too big. If you'd have seen in my desk setup video, you'll notice I use a couple of these for some of my portable hard drives, and these are just smaller versions. They're about £2.50. Picked up a couple of them, and you can see my camera just fits in nicely, just in there like that, and then I can just throw that into my backpack if I'm going out and I don't actually need my camera out all the time. A camera like this is generally a little bit too big to fit in my pocket along with my wallet or phone. Having it in a little bag like this just means I can put it in a bigger bag and not have to worry about it breaking or getting damaged some way. And one final thing that I bought, which is not necessarily a common accessory that you would associate with things like photography. Comfortable shoes. I saw these in the Nike store and I thought they got pretty awesome colours, but also look at that padding, that looks amazing. I tried them on. I'm pretty sure I actually decided I was going to buy it before I'd even put the other shoe on. I put one on and I thought this is the most comfortable shoe I've ever worn. These are going to come in handy when I'm out taking photos for prolonged periods of time, or if I'm at sporting events, and also just general day-to-day walking. It's always great to have a great pair of shoes, especially when you're carrying a lot of equipment on your back. It's something that's quite often overlooked, but it's definitely an accessory that I would class as a great photographer's item, I guess. So that's pretty much it. This has been a nice short little video that I hope is inspiring in some way to give you an idea of certain items that you might want to go out and buy for yourself, and also just to give an idea of the things that I'm using when I'm creating my work. So thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. Also check out my other social networks, things like Twitter and Instagram. I've got plenty of content coming out all the time, and check out the blog for a roundup of all of these items. Alright, see you later. Bye.